Another beautiful day to go and get it. I posted a video almost a year ago, I think. I'm not real sure. It's called The Leap on YouTube. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out. It really ain't much. It's just kind of a precursor to the story that I wanted to tell, right? So I'm gonna start telling the story of how I quit my job, right? And it was crazy because when I finally quit, I was scared. I didn't want people to know. I felt like I was gonna fail. You know what I mean? Like, I had never not had a job. Like, now it's go time. Like, you gotta start this business if you believe in it, and you gotta go and get it, right? So what it was is I had been in security for like 4 years. The contract that I was working in Durham, they were losing that contract, and they wanted me to come back and be a supervisor in Raleigh. Well, I had driven back and forth to Raleigh, and it wasn't worth the gas for what I was getting paid. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, well, the only way I'm coming back to Raleigh, because around this time I had started to realize my worth, and I had started to become a terrible employee, because it's like I knew they couldn't find anybody better than me at what I was doing. So I pretty much did what I wanted to, and I called the shots for the most part. Like, I've never been a great employee. I was really good at getting promoted and being noticed in the workplace, but as far as like feeling like I belonged, I never really felt like I belonged. Like, I hated having a boss, man. Anyway, so I was like, okay, well, if you're not gonna give me a raise, I'm not coming back to Raleigh. And they were just like, well, we can't afford to give you a raise. I'm like, whoa. Okay. I thought I was worth a little bit more than that. So come to find out, after everything that I had done for the company, it really didn't amount to nothing. Because, I mean, they didn't really make any efforts to try and pull money from elsewhere to keep me around, to keep one of their best employees around. Like, it didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay. And I tell people this all the time. At some point, either you're going to make a move on your own, or God's going to put you in a position to where you got to jump and make a quick decision. So at that point, I had wanted to leave. I had been wanting to quit. Everybody's like, man, I want to quit my job. I want to start a business, this and that. And they never do it because they're afraid of not having that check. And I mean, I was afraid of not having a check because I had never known anything else. So I was like, okay, I know what you're doing. This is my opportunity to be a business owner. I had tracked my side work, because up until that point, window tint was just a side hustle for me, and I only did it on my days off. But I was doing it 2, 3, 4 in the morning, to try and make the down payment for my house and whatnot. And I was tracking all of the money that I made, and to ultimately make a decision, because a buddy of mine was like, track what you make on the side and then make a decision to whether you can live off of that, right? And I had got to a point where I was like, I'm doing pretty well. I really don't have a choice at this point, because I was ill at the fact that I brought a lot of value to that company, and it didn't really matter in the end. Like, they were just like, yeah, well, we can't pay you any more money, so if you're going to leave, see you. And it hurt, you know what I'm saying? It hurt my feelings. So I was just like, pride got the best of me, and I was just like, the 27th is my last day. I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, that's it, I'm out. I quit. And nervous, really nervous. I didn't know whether I was going to be able to make it off of the clientele and the reputation that I had made for myself. I wasn't sure, but I knew what God was doing. He was like, okay, I know you're not going to make this decision on your own, so I'm going to pull the rug out from under you, and you got two choices. You can either take what they give you, or you can make your own way. And I was just like, this is it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to start this business. I'm going to give it a solid run. And this will be my second full year legitimately in business for myself. You know what I'm saying? And it's a huge, huge accomplishment. But what it was, while I was at that job, I did a lot of self-development, studying self-development, changing some things about myself, because, like I said, window tint started as a side hustle. So I would work my 40 hours at the workplace, and then all of my days off were calling, texting, getting cars, going and picking up cars, window tint, like I said, tinting to 2, 3, 4 in the morning sometimes. On my days off, I would even tint small stuff before I went into work. You know what I mean? Like trying to build that reputation, trying to do as good as I could, trying to build a business before I needed it, right? I was trying to build this stream of income before I absolutely needed it, because I had this gut feeling. I would visualize like every day on the job, like not working there and working for myself, and being able to make my own schedules, and being my own boss. Like I would in this story.
Backlash written on me, card rubbing on the dashboard. I've been balling, prima lady singing, coming down. I'm already out, already on the countdown. I'ma set it right.